This episode of Enter the Lab is presented unofficially by Billionaires Row, Elvis, Escobar, Fort Sama, episode number 30. On this episode, we'll talk about everything as far as basketball, off-season moves, some entertainment, GHISLAINE, Maxwell, and R. Kelly going away for 20, 30 years. Rudy Giuliani getting assaulted, allegedly.
He got hit pretty hard.
Yes, sir. Megan Thee Stallion twerking, showing that butt off. UFC 276 review, and some fun things that we did over the 4th of July weekend. Subscribe to YouTube. Listen to us on audio on Apple Music, Spotify,
Link
all that.
Bio.
And to the lab. Appreciate y'all.
Django.
You have now entered the lab with Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Happy 5th of July, because we're recording this. Happy 6th of July if you're listening to this when it drops. Hopefully you guys got into the swing of the week. We are delayed by one day because we had a very exciting and eventful 4th of July.
Very litty. Oh, man. That shit was a lot of fun.
Fort Sama's back in Savannah. We were going to record together, but if we did record last night, it probably would have been a shit show and probably would have been something we listened back to and watched and been like, probably scrap this. So glad that we actually took the extra day.
We were so hyped. We were like, let's record once everyone leaves. Let's, we're going to be a little bit faded. We're going to be feeling good. Let's get that shit done. And then we did the fireworks and I look at my watch. I'm like, oh shit, it's like 9:30.
Yeah, it was like that time where it was like, should we do it or should we not? Like that was the grace period right there.
And I was like, maybe Ray's not trying to do this right now because I don't know if I am. And I walked inside and the first thing he said to me was like, yo, do you mind if we record tomorrow? And I was like, not at all.
Yeah, I felt the vibe from you, which was good. But I appreciate you for bringing your stuff because at the end of the day, we didn't know. Right, we prepared. 5 P's always. We prepared to record just in case if the party died down at 6, 7 p.m. I would have been down, but the party was still going on at 8, 9, 10 o'clock. So it was like, let's not try to do this. But recap your weekend in Fort Lauderdale. It's been 6 months since you came down. Good vibes. You hang out with family, friends, others.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I hung out with y'all at your house. We had a little party at my house Saturday night. You pulled up too. I had some friends come over. My cousins came over. Friday, I left Savannah at 10, 9:30, 10.
Yeah,
and I drove straight to Meisner to happy hour. I pulled up to happy hour at 4:30, straight there. Didn't even go home, nothing. I'm like, I'm back in South Florida. I haven't been down here in a minute. I'm getting lit. Straight to happy hour. Left happy hour, went home, showered, changed to the wharf.
Yeah, you left us. I was like, I'm only here 60 minutes. You wanted to leave right away. I was like, all right, bet we'll go to Packy's. We'll go to another bar.
Because my brother was like, yo, I gotta fix your haircut up a little bit. He had to my barber didn't fade me right or some shit. My brother kept looking at me.
What happens when you cheat?
Yeah. And then my coworker, I told him what my coworker said, Kenny. He was like, bro, if you don't get out of here with that police officer haircut, I was like, oh fuck. Now this dude's all right, you gotta fix my shit, bro. Please.
You're hearing it from multiple people. Two or three people can't be all wrong. You know what I mean?
Nope. Yeah. So he fixed me that and then showered, got ready, went down there. Why have I never been to Bodega? I didn't even know there was that was a speakeasy. I thought it was just a taco shop this whole time.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I was faded when we talked about it. But I only knew about Bodega in Miami, and you said it was in Fort Lauderdale. It must be new.
I have no idea because I've never been there. I thought it was just a taco place. And then Trav's like, you want to go to Bodega? I'm like, you hungry, bro?
Shout out Trav.
You want some tacos? Yeah, shout out Trav. I love that man. I'm like, I mean, I'm down for some tacos or like quesadilla or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we go in there and like they take me like to this door. I'm like, where the fuck are we going? All of a sudden that shit opens and it's a fucking club bar. I'm like, oh hell yeah. Like
Yeah,
that
there's
shit
a
was
few
lit.
spots like that. I'm telling you,
Shit was
there's a few
lit.
spots like that. I know at least, well, including what you just said. Now I know 3 places that I've heard of or have been to in downtown Fort Lauderdale area that are, dude, it's a good vibe. It's quiet, it's chill. It's usually in a place that's loud and ruckus too, so you can kind of step away from that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we were going in like we was getting drinks all night. Like I spent more money than I should have at the wharf, but hey, that's what credit cards are for, man. That's why I got
Yep.
a new credit
You
card
got
right
30 you
before I
got 30
came
days to pay
down.
it off.
Like, so I only use my credit card. Like, fuck that. I'm not using cash. Like, I'll figure it
Yeah.
out when I gotta figure it out. Like, we'll
I
get to
don't
that
trust
point.
people who have cash on them these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
If
no
you
one
have
got cash
more than
and
like
like
5-10 bucks on you in cash, I'm like, I'm questioning you in life.
yeah, like what do you do for work, bro? Like you're
It's
not working
clutch.
legally if you
Yeah,
it is
something
absolutely,
going on. It's definitely clutch, but it's like, all right, you're thinking of things that we don't even do anymore. You know what I mean?
Why do you have like 364 like $5 bills or 20s? Like why do you have like wads with
Where do
rubber
you think
bands?
this
Like
night is headed to? But no, it was great seeing you. We had a good time. We took some good pictures, good videos, and we'll share it throughout the week as we post things about the pod. I know you're going to do a personal post or whatever, but
yep.
great weekend.
Already started
Obviously,
favoriting some stuff.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for
Hey,
sure. But good.
hey, look, man, I'm just gonna get it out the way. Like shout out to everyone that came out to the crib
Mm.
on Saturday for the UFC fight. That was so much love. Like, just coming to my house, like meeting my parents, meeting my cousins. Shout out you and Bree. Shout out Kiki. That was
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Shout out young Franco and Christian. They brought the Brazilian meat. That shit, that picanha.
Yep, I got a piece of that.
Boy, that shit was so much fire. We had the meat jokes flying all night though. Like all the meat jokes were flying the whole time. Like so, nah, it was good, man. My dad dropped a lot of money on some pollo tropical.
Your dad was funny the whole
My dad,
time. He
my
like
dad's a clown, bro. My
he
dad's a
loves to
clown.
he loves to like he's like me when I host a party. It's like he was making sure people close the front door, the back door, but also like trying to make jokes, but also trying to watch TV. He's like, I get it what it is to be a host and being older. It's like you gotta wear multiple hats. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's what I
Oh,
saw
of
him because that was
course.
the first time I met him in person, and he was all over the place in a good
Yeah,
way.
no, he's really all over the place, and like I sometimes like look at him and I'm like, yo, he doesn't even drink. So like, imagine if he did. I'm like, yo, if this
Oh,
man was like drunk or like faded, like he'd be. I
if
want
I
to
didn't
see that.
know, if I
Look,
didn't know, I would thought he was a little like not faded drunk, but like a little saucy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
sober,
that's
bro,
him sober. That's crazy. And
sober.
we had me and Bree had to do our thing
Yeah,
to your
little
crib
cup,
respectfully.
you know,
God bless,
respect that.
all that
Yeah,
respect to the forts. But I'm not going out in public without a
hey,
little drink in my cup.
uh,
I,
me
fe-
either. So
I felt like I was sneaking it. I felt like I was BG sneaking
BG.
paraphernalia out of Russia.
Oh my goodness, man. BG. I'm so done talking about her, man.
Me
Like
too. We're
I
about to
don't
see
want
a
to hear.
lot of news on BG in the next week or so. Watch, she's gonna come back to a parade in Phoenix. I know it. I know it. There's gonna be a parade. Watch.
Most likely,
Anyway.
probably.
All right. Well, I'm glad to see that all the talk last week was about canceling 4th of July and not celebrating it. But guess what? I just went through Instagram today because I really wasn't on it yesterday that much as I usually am, and everybody was
Facts.
celebrating. Everybody was drinking. Crack one, roll one,
Bro.
have good vibes. So everybody seemed to me to forget about it, and that's what it's all about. It's all about forgetting the bad and appreciating the good, and that's what I think we're on the same page as discussing on this podcast or in life is like, yeah, I understand we're going through shit in America, which we always will be, and in the world, but like, this is the one time where you could just forget about it, you could vibe and celebrate good. You're not celebrating the bad, you're celebrating the good.
Yeah, I'll never understand people that do that and then just like do the complete opposite of what
Mm-hmm.
they just posted like a few days ago. Like people will post like, "Oh, I don't want to go out. I don't want to do this. Like, that's not who I am. I want to go on trips and be wined and dined and this, and that. But then the next day, they're out at the club, and the day after that too. So it's like, yo, like, I get it. You want to live your life, but like, keep that shit off. Keep that shit off social media if you're not going to be like what you're actually talking about.
They can't help it.
And it's like, bro, the next year it's going to be the same thing. There's going to be another like main like topic or news controversy that is infringing on our freedom or whatever, and they're going to talk about it again. Oh, we're not going to celebrate it. But guess what? We're going to be lighting up them fireworks too and getting lit and grilling and doing all that kind of shit because we live for fucking holidays that give us an excuse to do that kind of stuff. That we don't have to work, that we don't have to worry about anything else except just hanging out with our friends, family, and having a good time. And that's what we should be worrying about, not like all the other shit, because we can't control that.
Absolutely.
So
you can't. Listen to different discussions at different podcasts. That's why I'm glad. If I was only on Twitter and not listening to, as I've said on this podcast many times, listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, and he has a lot of polarizing people in different industries and professions. And if I didn't listen to Rogan's podcast with different opinions than I do watch on Twitter or some friends or whatever, family, I would be stuck in one way of thinking. I'm so glad I have both sides of it. And we talked about it last episode where it's like, be that person that if you think one way, try to make a difference in listening to the other side, whether you agree or not. It's healthy to listen to the other side because there really might be something in there that might get you going, and that's healthy. That balance may help you in conversations in your life. So I'm glad I try to listen to so many other opinions other than the ones that I agree with.
Yeah, 100%. Like we should be at a point in our lives where we're mature enough, at least maybe, most of us, to like have these discussions and see other people's points of views, and whether you agree with them or not, like just agree to disagree. That's cool. Like you said last week, like we shouldn't get mad at each other, or like hold a grudge or not want to talk to someone now because you're pro-life or you're pro-choice. Like, nah, bruh. Like, let people do what they want to do. Let them believe what they want to believe. Like, why are we so worked up about stuff like that and waste our energy on it? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
100%.
There's so many other things I could waste my energy on.
It's funny because when you think throughout American history, or because we only know American history for the most part, it's like people think like, oh, this is the craziest people's ever been, and like you're biased by that opinion because you living in here, you think like in the 1900s or the 1800s, like people weren't going as crazy.
Literally had a civil war.
I know, that's what's crazy. Like, relax.
This man came out wearing a shirt with the whole Emancipation Proclamation on it.
Hey, there's very few American heroes we have that are legit, and obviously he had some wrongs, but in those wrongs, I think he made many rights. But yeah, we had a civil war, dog. Like, come on. Like, you don't think it was crazy? You don't think other people had crazy thoughts and crazy and agendas? Like, presidents were getting shot back in the day. Like, they couldn't even go see a movie.
Couldn't even go see a movie.
Like, they got shot going to see a movie. Like, put that shit in perspective, for real.
You can't even have a convertible.
Oh shit! R.I.P. JFK. My second favorite president.
JFK.
All right, well,
that
wraps up 4th of July, America. Now we'll get back to kind of hating everything that we, that we always talk about. But at least we had the weekend to celebrate it a little bit. Let's keep it lighthearted in the beginning of this episode. Obviously, this episode 30 is presented by Billionaires Row, unofficially. Drink it, enjoy it, love
PR
it,
boys.
do it.
Eat it.
Oh,
caviar.
We got to do it next time. I thought we were going to have a bottle. I should have had a bottle for you to celebrate.
Dang.
When's your birthday, by the way?
November 27th.
November. Okay, I knew it was at the end of the year. I just went 27th. Okay, 27.
It's near Black Friday and Thanksgiving.
Yep, that'll help me for sure. So we'll have that. Maybe I'll gift you a bottle. And then so presented by YouTube. Subscribe. Obviously, Your new hat. You want to talk about it?
Poppy. Hey, shout out Birdo. Poppy. It's that demi sec.
Oh, I didn't realize. I forgot that it had the logo on the side, dude. Damn.
That Heat logo.
No offense to
Yeah.
Poppy, but it's not in my price range. It's a little cheap, on the cheaper side. I like a little, my palate's a little bougie at this point. Poppy's not for me, but hey, you give me a glass of Poppy, I'll drink it. I'm probably not gonna have a second glass though. Shout out.
I just like that it says Poppy, and of course
it's dope.
The Heat logo.
Dope.
So it's in fucking gold and shit. Like,
I like it.
Shout out Berto for that hat, man. He came through. I appreciate that. It's the little things that matter in life like that. Like your friends like taking care of you and thinking about you. I love that shit. Love that shit.
Speaking of hats, shout out everybody that rocked the Enter the Lab hat that you
ETL
brought through.
Hat.
Took a picture. Yep. We got a lot of great feedback. And
popular demand.
I'm not even hyping it up. We've got DMs, we got texts, we got in person, whatever, where people want to cop a hat. So we gotta figure out how to get more hats, because first of all, I wanna snap back, because I don't know if I'm keeping my hair. I don't know, I want to make sure it's adjustable. So I got to get a snapback ASAP of that, and you tell me how to do it. Hopefully in the next coming weeks or months, we'll have, little merchandise. We won't, if we do profit, it's only going to pay for the pod. We're not going to try to profit more. So we'll make sure we map it out to like $5 profit a hat. That will go towards a podcast, because things cost money. So we'll make sure of that. But shout out that hat. That did great. Good feedback from that.
I'm glad I brought it, because it was the main attraction that yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
You made sure it was.
I did. I had like a timer every hour. I was like, new person, wear a hat. I got hair on my hat. Sorry if I'm looking at my face crazy.
I was honestly surprised how well that hat came out. Like, I thought it was going to come out fine, but I didn't think it was going to come out like...
It looks a lot better in person than it did when you showed me the picture of it.
Yeah, it really does. Like, that hat is legit. Like, the colors are on point. Like, the stitching is on point. I think it had like 17,000 stitches or something like that.
What?
It's got a lot of stitches on it.
Damn. Yeah, it's very detailed. Shout out Phil.
Phil. Oh, yeah.
Filthy
100%.
McNasty. He did his thing. Yeah, dude, that logo and the microphone logo with the lock, man, that was collaborative. It was collaborative, and we all had a group chat, but my man did it on his iPad, and he did it justice. It couldn't have come out any better.
Yeah, no, we kind of just like threw out what we were kind of looking for, and he was just like, all right, gave us options to pick from.
For real.
Like, he really did his thing, so hell yeah.
All right, man. All right, so we spent some time breaking down the weekend. Let's have some fun with some entertainment or / things going on in the world. There's a few things here, and I got Giuliani gets assaulted, Ghislaine Maxwell gets 20 years, R. Kelly gets 30 years, and then I got something like crazy like Megan Thee Stallion twerking and setting the internet on fire.
Bruh.
What do you want to lead off with? Obviously, one topic leads into the other. You tell me.
I think we could probably start off with the whole Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell, 20 years. Okay. I think that's kind of light. It's kind of light.
That is kind of light, right? For being in a circle of slavery, basically, sexual slavery.
Of nasty shit. Like, and it's not even like, so I can see it, because it's like, okay, she wasn't the one that was doing anything to these people. But at the same time, she was, because she's the recruiter.
Yep.
She's literally the one that
nothing happens without her.
Exactly.
Doing it,
like, she's the one that's going out there finding these people and being like, hey, you want to try this out? Hey, you could do this, you could do that. And then she leads them into failure.
And also, we watch a lot of like documentaries. There's no documents, accountants, no travel log. Oh, wait, I forgot. All these people that were paying for this stuff are former presidents, current billionaires. And basically princes, like you talk about England, like they were in on it too. So it's like, Oh, so you're locking down the person that was a ringleader. The person, Jeff, what was his name?
Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. He allegedly committed suicide. And then it's like no other names are coming out.
It's just because I think she only got 20 years. This is my like theory, my conspiracy theory about it. Like she's 60. So like she's gonna get out if she doesn't
Yeah.
get offed by the time she's 80. Like that's kind of old, but whatever. It's because the people that put her in there are probably the same people that were out doing that same shit.
Yeah.
So
They got
like
to tread carefully as well with, some things that are going on. It's like, hey, just do your bid. Do your
yeah,
bid.
yeah.
We'll take care of your family.
Don't say anything. We'll make sure you got your commissary. We'll make sure your family's good.
Doritos and smokes.
She got sentenced for 20 years. I bet you she gets out in like 10 for like good behavior. I don't know
Yeah,
if there's
100%.
anything like that because what is she gonna do?
10, 15 for sure.
She's
She
gonna
won't
she's gonna
she
make
won't
she's gonna
serve
make
the
a
whole
cult
20.
in prison.
She won't serve the whole 20. That's for
No,
sure.
bro. So I bet you R. Kelly serves his full sentence though.
Speaking of, R. Kelly got 30 years.
Yeah,
He got a
I
little
bet
bit
you.
more. Obviously, he had a little more hands-on with the operation. And, man, I don't think out of everybody that we know that, just music-wise, I'm not talking about, like, I can actually include people in the public eye. When you talk about, I mean, Michael Jackson was up there for sure with, like, talent of music and what he did in his industry globally, and also did bad in whatever personal stuff he went through. R. Kelly's up there, man. He's got to be top 2, top 3 at this point, right? Like, you're like R. Kelly, everybody knows him for the last 30 years. Everybody, like, young, old, like soul, R&B, rap, he fell into every genre. Man, he
Yep.
hit that rock bottom with what he was doing over the last 20 years.
Yeah, I remember like I used to walk to middle school with one of my boys, and I'm pulling up on his crib. He's like, "Yo, you want to watch this video? R. Kelly peeing on a girl?" I'm like, "Bro, what? No." I'm like 12. I'm like, this is not what I want to do at 8 in the morning before school. Like, can we just go to school? Like, he's like, "No, come watch it. Come watch it." I'm like, "No, bro." I did watch it though. It was gross.
Yeah, of course.
But still, man, like he's R. Kelly's what 50 something.
Yeah, how old is he?
Same,
Let's not call it 50 something. Let's look up real quick. Go ahead. I'll tell you.
I'm pulling it up right
now. Let's see.
55.
55.
55.
Right, you nailed
yeah.
it. 50 something qualifies.
So he'll be 85 when he gets out. Like I don't think he's gonna survive till.
No, he
85.
won't. He won't. He'll be in poor health, I think.
So yeah, I mean there's all these rumors that he's not doing well already. Like he doesn't. I don't know, man. That shit. Like I don't know how. I mean, he got 10 more years than the other shit.
Know.
Like,
I know.
That's
bro.
kind of crazy.
It is.
But right, so,
I mean, we never agree with that system in general of like what's fair, what's unfair, because they do the letter of the law a lot of times, and a lot of the law is not opinion. It's according to a book. It's according to what is served, and then you could kind of get that gray area, but a lot of it doesn't make sense. But 30 years for being 50 something, he's gonna live half of his life right now as he's 55. Another third of his life, let's call it, is gonna be in prison, which, I mean, that's all you could hope for, that he can't affect other people's lives again.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like usually, like in jail, or prison, they don't like that kind of stuff. But it's R. Kelly, so
I don't know. It's R. Kelly. I've been seeing videos. Joe Rogan showed some videos of him singing with some inmates, like making their day.
Like Boondocks, bro.
I know. They're sending videos back to their like nieces and shit. Like, oh, I got R. Kelly here, and he's singing to him. So like, at the end of the day, R. Kelly either is gonna be the next 30 years, he's gonna be singing for just friends, or he's gonna be singing not to get.
He gonna be singing, bro. One way,
not to get assaulted.
He gonna be singing.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be singing. That's for sure.
God.
Yeah. So yeah, Julia. Oh, and then the other thing it's talking about jail and all that was this happened like the day after or two that we recorded 29 was Giuliani. He was actually in Staten Island, New York, in like a ShopRite or something that he claimed that Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York City, which we don't do a good job when we bring up these topics. We assume everybody knows about it, but we got to do a better job of giving some backstory. So, former mayor, he's a cuckoo. He's nutty. He's
nuts.
wild. He's he was at one point Trump's lawyer, attorney,
he did run for president too.
He did run for president. Thank God he never was, but he claimed that he got assaulted, quote unquote, in the shop, right? And then he didn't know that they had videotape of this, and it essentially was somebody just patting him on the back.
Literally,
somebody just walked by, pat him on the back, said something wild. Whatever he said doesn't matter; it's just words. But he said he got the hardest hit to his back out of nowhere. He described it. If you didn't see the video and you just heard the audio, you would have thought, oh man, lock this guy up for like years.
I can pull it up.
Please pull it up for the YouTube viewers.
I thought he said something about that he felt like he got shot.
Bro, and then the witness next to him was a woman, and even she has she has a hard accent too. Like, God bless. Anytime I listen back to like New York, New Jersey accents, and I've lost mine to a point. There's sometimes I get it back. Man, it's brutal to listen to New York, New Jersey accents sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
I hear it and cringe. I hear it, bro. It's bad. It's like, why you talk like that? Why do you say words like that? That's not how it's pronounced. Yeah.
When I used to work at Verizon, I would fucking talk back to New York people in their accent all the time. I got it.
Here we go. So Rudy Giuliani getting assaulted.
Assaulted
in a shop, right? Play it. Boom. She rubs him right away. Like, come on, dog. Come on, bro. Assaulted.
Bruh, no, hold on.
Play that back. Now you gotta go. Oh yeah. Boom. It almost looked like he was like. I would argue that he did him justice. He gave him a quick massage. You know what I mean? It's a nice little tap.
Look at him. He feels so entitled. He's like, who is this that just touched me? Like, why is someone?
Yeah, he's entitled as fuck. Super entitled as fuck. If you're watching on YouTube or listening,
his spray tan.
Change over to the YouTube channel to watch what we're showing.
Out or
it's pretty
something.
funny.
Got like knocked away. Like,
yeah, he wanted to take this guy to. I think there was a quote like he wanted to charge this guy with the letter of the law. He said, "Oh, I don't believe in I get it if you do something out of turn or out of character, but this person assaulted me and he should be turned to the letter of the law and all this stuff." And then the video came out. I was like, bruh, you feel entitled, and B, you're just a liar. You just talk shit. So we won't spend as much time on it. I thought it was funny, entertaining. When I seen it last week, that amused me for a few hours. So quick news.
He's a nut.
Yeah, he's a nut. Quick news. Logan Paul. Obviously, he's got that fight coming up with Fury on August.
Jake Paul.
Oh, I keep doing that. I wrote Logan Paul too.
Logan Paul got that the WWE deal.
Dog. Wait, Logan. Oh, wait. So who got? Wait, both person are fighting, and also WWE.
Jake is fighting Tommy Fury.
Okay.
And Logan signed with WWE.
Damn, I keep fucking this up. This is an ongoing joke. It's like I'm not a professional. I don't know who's who.
They shouldn't even be talked about. They're literally.
I know. I just bring it up because it's some people like it. And sometimes we talk about things that are for us, and then sometimes you got to balance it out by talking about things that are for other people. But he signed a WWE deal, which is interesting.
Yeah, he needs that bread. He's going through it right now. He lost a lot of money in NFTs and crypto and Pokemon cards. So yeah.
And WWE is giving out money to people that probably doesn't deserve it in the wrestling industry, because God knows their wrestlers aren't getting the money, entertainers are getting it, which is another conversation. But
yeah, what's her name got the bag too? Valerie Loretta got
yeah,
that.
she got like I think she got a development deal, which she might deserve it. We'll see. She's just eye candy, I think, at the end of the day. So it is what it is. I wouldn't mind seeing her, but I think she'll be awkward as fuck. I could just tell. Like, I don't
Most
think it's gonna
likely.
translate. It's not gonna translate well. I think what they're hoping is that she becomes like a OnlyFans. You know, she takes all the OnlyFans. She takes the Twitter, the Instagram fans
Yep.
onto W. That's what they're doing now, and it's really sad because as a wrestling fan, I understand I love the business more than anything, and I understand that, but the quality of the entertainment and the wrestling is taking a shot by doing things like this. So it hurts at the end of the day. But shout out Pat
100%.
McAfee. You saw my boy rocking a
Yeah,
fucking
he
neck
was
brace.
wearing. Yeah, is he
So
good?
if you don't know,
No, I have no idea.
we can't play it because they'll take us down.
Yeah, take
They'll
it
take
off.
They'll take that part off. But at the end of Money in the Bank, Money in the Bank WWE was taking place at the same time in Vegas that
Oh, the card UFC
the
276
UFC
was.
at the same time, so it bled
Oh
into each other. So
shit!
I think the WWE main event went like right into like 10:30, maybe 10 o'clock, and then the fucking main event of UFC went on at like 12:30. So
Yeah, he got there late.
they went across the street, sat down. He had a neck brace on. He's fighting somebody at SummerSlam at the end of this month for
Pat McAfee.
entertainment, dude. Pat McAfee, man's
He
on
does
fire.
everything, bro.
Man's
Like
on
he's
fire.
literally
My two
doing
favorite
everything.
media
Yeah,
people right now: Joe Rogan, Pat McAfee. My
yeah.
two favorite people. They're amazing. They're doing things that are the new media, and they're doing it in their own way. You know, they're
Rogan was
not
wearing a
selling
suit.
themselves out.
He was wearing a tux.
You
Joe
seen
Rogan was
that with
wearing
the
like a
white
tux.
shirt?
Yeah.
I seen somebody's
I wonder how
Instagram.
many white shirts he went through that night.
I seen somebody Instagram. It's like, let's not be distracted. The fact that Joe Rogan is not wearing a black shirt, and he wore white. And I think he did a post that there was other four people with him. I think they did like they did a post like they were all rocking like black suits and white shirts. Let's see if I could pull it up here.
And fucking Bruce Buffer, man.
I think it was like the Rat Pack or something like that. They tried to do.
That dude is the greatest with everything he does.
Amazing. Oh my God, Joe Rogan, as I speak, just posted Joe Biden saying, "America's a nation that can be defined in a single word."
Yeah,
He's not making it
our,
easy. He's making it too easy, dog. He's making it too
our
easy.
president doesn't think that drunk driving is a felony.
Oh, I heard that too. Damn it. I heard that too. I mean, I okay, I don't know. I don't think I have an opinion on that. Not at this moment.
I mean, I don't really either, but it's not something that the president of the United States should be saying.
No.
He probably doesn't even know what he's saying either. So,
Let's lead in with that UFC 276 review. I'll let you go.
At the brim. At the brim.
I'll say my quick synopsis, which will take 10, 20 seconds. I don't think it was as big as the hype. Adesanya's coming out to The Undertaker and doing every mannerism of The Undertaker, taking his time. Amazing. That captivated me. I don't know if I fanboyed out at your crib. I was probably the only one talking about it because I think I was the only wrestling fan there. And I don't think it delivered as much. I still got to watch the Cowboy fight that happened before the main card that I didn't get to see. So that's basically my spin. It just didn't live up to the hype of the card, but you take it away.
Man, that it definitely did not. And I was doing everything I possibly could to stream it, but none of the stream sites were working, and
They're cracking down.
I was trying so hard. Like it would work for like a minute and then like stop, and you can only hear the audio. And I was wearing a hoodie, and Kiki's at the house, and she's like, "Is there anything that I can do to help you?" And I was like, "No, not really." No.
Yeah, but I get frustrated with technology. There's nothing you could tell me to make me calm.
She's like, it says something on here they're playing on ESPN Plus. I'm like, yeah, I know, but that's just the early prelims. Yeah. I'm not worried about that because then like once that's over and the prelims are over, then
everybody's gonna stream on it.
I can't get the main card. You know, I was like, but actually, thanks, that works. I'll just put it on ESPN Plus for now. Watch the early prelims, and I was like, I'm getting hot, and she's like, what? I was like, I'm getting hot, like literally and figuratively. So my brother's friend Franco comes up to me. He's like, dude, what are you doing right now? I was like, I'm trying to get the stream to work. He's like, wait a minute. You got like 30 people at your house. You got your family, you got your friends, and you're trying to stream the fight. He's like, dude, you're going to let your family down like this?
You have to buy it.
Like, he's like, you got everyone counting on you right now. They came to watch the fight. And you're not going to make it happen? He's like, stop being cheap. I'm like, oh, fuck. All right.
There's been a couple times where I have a party and you've been there. Yeah, you've been there at a party where I like tried to cheaply like get it on stream and it maybe worked flawlessly once. But then those times where it works great and then the main event comes that everybody's waiting for and it pauses a couple times, kills the whole vibe.
Especially
so it's always
UFC,
worth it
when
you
miss. You can miss.
If it's just me and you, we could deal with it. Or me, you, and a couple people. But if it's like 10, 20 plus, need to buy it.
Yeah. So, I mean, pretty much prelims were fire. All those fights were good. I like watching the prelims because these dudes are trying, and ladies are trying to get to the main event, main card, all that kind of stuff. Sean O'Malley, that fight was whack. Munoz didn't want to keep fighting him. He didn't get poked in the eye. He got pushed in the face. No contest. That shit was whack. Run it back. The Robbie Lawler and what's his name?
Barnabas. I don't know.
Barbarena.
Yeah, that was fire. Actually, that was good.
That's when
your dad loved it. Your peoples loved it. Your peoples loved it.
Them boys were going back and forth, hitting each other. Like they both got hell of a chin. Like, I'm glad we had that fight on there. That was probably fight of the night. Alex Pereira, Sean Strickland. Bro, Alex Pereira is something serious. Like, this dude, he's 6'4", he's lanky, he's strong. He fights like Style Bender. He fights like Adesanya. I don't know why you go up to him flat-footed like Strickland did with your arms below your face. He gave him that left hook, and he was out. And then he gave him a right, finished it off. Jalen Turner, bro, finished his fight in 45 seconds. He's impressive as fuck. He's 6'4" for, like, I think he's a 145. That's nuts. And then Volk, Max Holloway. Man, Volk is just on a whole different level right now with everything he does. His boxing, his just grappling, everything. This dude is, last time he fought and he beat Korean Zombie, I said he's top 3 pound for pound. He might be 1 right now, especially after that Adesanya performance. And Usman's division is trash. So Volk is probably number 1 for me right now, like, because this dude is just crisp at everything. And it's amazing to watch. I love watching him fight. I love watching him perform. And then Adesanya, Jared Cannonier, I feel like neither of these dudes wanted to be there. They just wanted to get paid. I feel like Cannonier didn't want to get, like, hit that hard or whatever. And neither did Adesanya. Like, they were just literally measuring and feeling themselves out and dancing around for 5 rounds. Like, they hit each other maybe a few times, kind of hard, but Adesanya kept his distance because he didn't want to get knocked out, or he was scared because Cannonier is a fucking beast. But, dude, the way that Adesanya fights, like, you can't have this guy as the main event. Yeah, his entrance was fucking crazy, and I don't know too much about it because I never really watched WWE, but that was more entertaining than the fucking fight.
Bro, to fan out a little bit, the way he even took off the hat was the exact way Undertaker takes off his hat. Like, I noticed that immediately. Like, I know it sounds little and I know it sounds nerdy, but like the way he took off his hat and did this, I was like, oh shit, you don't like WWE, you love it. Like, okay, sorry.
But no, for you to come out with that shit and do all that, like,
and then not perform.
I get you're the champion and you have to like get like beat to get your belt taken away from you. But then there's also the side to like you're the fucking champ. You have to do something for motherfuckers to be like, all right, yeah, he's a champ, and we can see why. It doesn't matter about the past fights. That shit's in the past. Like we're watching that shit right now.
I'll be honest, I don't remember a lot of that fight. Like I think I was looking
that shit
away.
Was trash.
I gotta rewatch the highlights because nothing stood out to me during that fight at all.
There was nothing, bro. They literally danced around and like hit each other here and there. Like it was one of the worst like just title fights I've seen. Like that shit. Like I don't think he should get any more main events. Not because it. I told you this. It's crazy. It's crazy that you got that Max and Volk trilogy. They've both been champs. Volk took the belt from Holloway.
That shit. Why wasn't that main event? Yeah, that's crazy.
And you still got Adesanya as the main event. That just shows how much pull he has.
I mean, that fight wasn't really as entertaining as I thought it would be too.
But like, I mean, I don't know, man. I can't. That Adesanya really pissed me off with how he performed, and it's like, bro, you're the champ. Show us why. Like, do something, dude. Like,
it's weird because I seen something before. I think Dana White was hyping up, or somebody was hyping up this fight, and it was like, Adesanya doesn't want to just be a champ and fight and win. He wants to create highlights, and he wants to create, like, in his showboating ways. By the way, Chet Holmgren, at halftime, 18 points, 4 for 3 from 3, 4 for 5 from 3, 3 blocks and 1 steal. I know it's Summer League. People get hyped, but to watch him play at that next level, that's a big deal. Anyway.
Jovic had 25.
So. Yeah, shout out Jovic on the Heat. He got busy, maybe. For sure. But I think somebody hyped up the Adesanya was like, oh, he's not in it just to be a fighter. He wants to entertain and create highlights. And it's like, I heard that a couple days before the fight, and I watched that fight, and I'm like, he didn't look like he was trying to do any of that. But let's wrap it up.
It wasn't entertaining. He's still one of my favorite fighters, like probably like top 3, but I don't know, man. Just like figure it out. Like you come out here with pearls and you got like manicure.
You got an urn with his name on it, with the other dude's name on it. That urn had the other dude's name. That's pretty dope. But like I said,
it was cool. Like everything about it was cool. But he didn't do anything to be metaphorically. Yo, I just put you in the urn. Like you didn't knock him out. You're a champ.
If you premeditated, so that urn had to get engraved, which takes hours, a couple hours. Let's call it 1 hour to get that music. By the way, WWE owns that music, so you need to get that approved. That might take a few days. So, like, let's call it. It took a week to put his entrance together. Let's call it a week.
That was one of his weeks in camp.
Okay.
That's what he did.
Let's even dumb it down. Let's say all of it took 48 hours. You can't put 48 hours, a week, however it took you to get the music, get the engraving, get the cadence, all the flow, and not, like, in the 5th round, you have to be like, oh, shit, I'm supposed to kill this guy. Like, I need to go harder. Like, if you're not showing that by the 5th round, then all that was for naught. Wrap it up for me, though.
Nah, man, I don't know what else to say. Like, Volk needs to move up and wait and do something else because he's dominant.
Yeah. He showed it in that 3rd fight.
Yeah. I want to see the UFC really, really wants Adesanya versus Pereira because Pereira beat him twice, knocked him out once.
I want to see that. So I like that. Pereira will be a dog in that. He'll be the dog in that fight. Yeah. So that's what the UFC, after this type of fight, UFC can't promote Adesanya again as a flashy highlight guy and not perform again. They need a dog in there that if Adesanya doesn't perform, at least the other dude will mop him up a little bit.
Yeah, they need that. So I'm excited for that because Strickland was ranked 4 in that division, so he's going to move up to at least 4. And I mean, Adesanya already beat Whitaker twice, so like, yeah, give me that shit, please, because that's gonna present some issues. because they're both just stylistically very similar and just physically very similar. So let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, that wraps up UFC 276. Let's get into our last sports conversation that has to do with not baseball, not soccer, but NBA free agency that always has a full-time schedule. We'll talk about it brief.
0 days.
During free agency, the day before, literally like 12 hours prior, Miles Bridges fumbled the bag, got a domestic violence.
Felony domestic violence.
Yeah, felony. Yeah, that's legit. Still want to say allegedly. You know what I mean? You never know.
Hey,
you never know until the story
sides.
comes out.
But
yeah, so obviously he fucked up. Whether it's true or not, he put himself in a position. I always say, like, whether it's true or not, you put yourself in a position for it to be. Whether it's with a crazy person, right, that you're in a relationship, like, you put yourself that. You should know, I'm a high-profile person. I'm about to make millions. There's a crazy person in my life. Let's not associate with that person. So he put himself into a situation regardless if it's true or not, which most likely it is. But we'll see how it is. And my man is not only in his personal life fucked up, but in his professional life, that could cost him the rest of his career and life. So, quick thoughts on it?
So, I mean, I'm not for anything where you can get violent with women. That's no go. Like, you got to remove yourself from those situations like as quick as possible, because it's never going to go in your favor, even if you didn't do anything, But also,
you have to know when you're getting cat and mouse. And some people like to put you in situations where they can, you got to be careful.
You got to hear both sides. I mean, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. Domestic violence isn't something that just happens once or just like out of nowhere.
You don't get caught. Usually, like in the first robbery, you don't rob a bank once. You've robbed maybe a bank or two in your past.
Yeah,
like,
usually it's caught. It's like something that gets built up and it's talked about before or rumored or whatnot. And I've never heard anything about that. And all of a sudden, Bridges is a free agent. We know he's about to get 4 or 5 years, 150 million plus. We know that's about to happen. And now all of a sudden this comes out.
Right, the eve of, you could make the argument. So it's funny because I didn't think about that, the timing of it. But you could make the argument, to play devil's advocate, which we learned this weekend is a great term, because in conversations,
I love it.
There always has to be a devil's advocate. It makes you think better, makes you think about the other side, right? Okay, if that person allegedly wanted to manipulate the timing of it, would it benefit that person more monetarily to do it after? Yes, right? Do it after he signs a deal. You have the money. All right, cool. I could take him for more. But they did it right before, so that shows that they want to ruin him. So it shows that they're not after money. They're after more like, oh, I'm going to hit you when it hurts. Allegedly. So I don't know. It could have happened the day before. Like, let's say, like this domestic violence thing could have happened literally that same moment. But like I said, we're having a conversation. We're on a podcast. We're talking about things. We don't know.
And the pictures, I mean, like, there's pictures that she posted.
It's subjective, but it wasn't that bad.
Not something that
Bree gave you worse lumps in the kitchen the other last night.
It's not
when
something
she was wrestling you.
that would be caused by a 6'8", 260 pro athlete. Like,
nah. That could be. That could just be a tussle. That could be like fighting over the remote over Netflix. Nah,
accidentally.
I'm just making a joke. I'm just making a joke. But it happens. Sometimes you get that remote. You take it. You might elbow somebody real quick. So you don't know. Yeah. I've done it. Okay, enough. Anyway, Nets and KD.
Him and Montrezl Harrell though in the prison league about to be dropping 30 and 20 every game. Like,
that's gonna be fun. Oh shit! I forgot about Harrell. I like Harrell on the Nets too. When he got rumored like a year ago, that's sad. Anyway, so real quick, let's run it through. We're getting towards the end of the podcast. Nets and KD drama. We'll see. My take on it, real quick, is that I think a trade with Kyrie and or KD could still happen, whether it's together or individually. But I think the more time that passed, it benefits the Nets because it's like, I get big trades take time, but the Nets are going to go about it, and I like that they've gone about over the last couple days is like signing guys as if they still have those two players. Like, go about business normal and play for that 5% chance you have. Play for that 5% chance.
Right?
Yeah, TJ Warren coming off an injury, but hey, if he could be healthy, that's a solid guy that at one point he was dropping 18, 19 points a game. So,
yeah.
And in the bubble he dropped 50. So
yeah, he hooped.
You need to surround too, because if you have a conversation with KD, which I assume they haven't had a face to face, if you have a conversation with KD this week, you could go, look at what we tried to do. Look at what we are. You're not going to go to a team that's in a better situation. You know why? He wants to go to a team like the Phoenix Suns. They're going to have to tear that team apart in order to trade for it. Like, so there's teams that they'll go to. I guess Phoenix. I mean, ideally, if the Nets
say he wants to go to the 2-1 seeds.
Doug. First of all, I defended Kevin Durant
with Jimmy, Bam, and you. Like, how,
bruh? I defended Kevin Durant when he was on the Nets, as anybody should. When their players being talked about on your team, you're a fan of the team. He asked out and asked for the top 2 number 1 seeds. Like, come on, dog. Like you're not helping yourself. Like, and I know it. They don't do it for the clout. They don't care about social media. But like, you defend yourself all day on Twitter about like not trying to go to a top team and selling yourself out and doing all this. And then it's like, like I can't even defend you at this point. Like, moving forward, he's with us for 4 years. Even if he's with us for 4 years, I'll love him once that ball tips off in October. But like from now till then, I don't know. My relationship with him, not that I have a personal one, but I feel like I do. My relationship with him is a little bit torn. But KD, we'll find out more about that. We'll probably talk on this podcast next week and every single week leading up. I don't want to take too much time, but I wrote Murray to the Hawks.
Yeah, trade DeJounte Murray. Him and Trae Young gonna be a problem.
That Murray, yeah. I was like, I wrote that down a week ago, literally, through all this. So yeah, that was a big trade for the Hawks. I think getting a more length guard is important when you have a Trae Young.
And they kept
right?
John
because
Collins.
He's small. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that could still be involved in a trade. We don't know.
So I love that move because not saying that Trae isn't a true point guard, but now you can have Murray bring the ball up. You can have Trae play off the ball.
Or defend the best guard.
Yeah. You can have like what the Warriors were doing with Steph and Clay, and it's going to cause teams in the East
That's a good point, bro. The Steph and Clay point. Steph is known as not a good defender or shorter, but when you pair it with a better, bigger defender, it helps.
Yeah, no, I love Murray. Like, he's the only thing I don't like about him is he capitalizes the first letter of every single word in his tweets, and it's the dumbest shit ever.
Does he?
Why? Yeah, go on his Twitter. The first letter of every word is
Enter the Lab kind of does that, but I wanted to
say but that's like a logo. People. That's like a logo. Like, I'm not going to write out a paragraph and the first letter of each word is going to be capitalized.
Nah, you're right. No. There's sometimes I comment on tweets or whatever, and I go to do all capital, but I'm like, people are going to say I'm screaming, so let me not do that. But yeah.
No, but I like that move. I'm not looking forward to playing them. It's going to be fun, man. The NBA always does this, and
right.
They still got some other players, so
yeah. The NBA's off season will heat up.
Pat Riley, do something.
Yeah, I think they can. It's hard to do something, bro. You got too many guys locked down. I mean, Tyler Hero is your best asset you can move, and we'll see. I don't think
he's too worried having babies. He's got another baby on the way. It's like, bro, come on.
All right, let's do some quick news, quick entertainment stuff, and then shout-outs to end episode 30. Megan Thee Stallion twerking, setting the internet on fire.
Hey,
Oh
she's
fuck.
shaking that ass to, make sure everyone forgets that she lied about being shot. But yeah, hey, look, bro, I was holding it,
I know.
holding that bitch in slow motion. Like gravity don't exist on that ass, bro. Like it's non-existent. I'm watching the video and you just hear in the back.
I'm trying not to say words right now.
It's like,
That was a
what's
lot.
that noise?
I've watched it many times, and
I'll
more and
pay
more,
I'll
I'm
pay
just.
top dollar to just sniff the person's knee that she was twerking on. Like
It was
I'm
a
just
woman
trying.
too,
Yeah, I'll still
and
sniff
then
it.
there was like another dude in the room, but he was gay, I think.
Yeah,
Allegedly, I'm not
he's on
saying
that
he is.
cuck life.
God damn. Like I said,
Hey,
I'm not trying to. I just wanted to bring it up for the viewers and the listeners, but
I might have to go watch it once we get off
I'm shook.
in the shower, or after I shower, or before.
Not in the shower, so you could do the dirty and then you could clean up at the same damn time. Never mind.
or just before, during, and after. Like
Mm,
doesn't
pause.
matter.
I'm not trying to think of you in the shower. It's weird. It is weird. Anyway,
Hey yo,
let's see. Other news: F1 race, Formula One race of the year. I think TT came to the crib, watch it. Breeze first F1 race. Watch in the morning. The great thing about F1 on a Sunday, it's when you wake up 9, 10, 11 o'clock. So it's like you wake up from a long Saturday, probably. You just turn it on, you watch it, you vibe. Great race.
I saw a
Amazing.
crazy crash.
Yeah. No, that crash was crazy. They recently, over the last couple of years, they did a halo around. So the drivers, so if you don't know, the drivers have two, usually when you drive, you're doing your right foot like this,
Hmm.
brake, gas.
Yeah,
In a Formula One car, your legs are straight in, and you're doing this, like brake, gas, brake, gas. So you're stuck in there, right?
yeah.
And you're
No, you're
like
not
in your
going
closed
anywhere.
quarters. They did a halo around it, basically a barrier. So if you do flip over, it'll like catch the barrier and your helmet or your head won't hit. Dude, they said if that guy, if that and a lot of people fought the halo, uh, organizations might fight different things on a car, aerodynamics, the way the speed
Right.
goes. It might kill a couple seconds. So like they're fighting for like tenths or thousandths of a second. Every
Hmm.
race is all about that. If that guy didn't have the halo, dead.
Yeah, because the
Point
car
blank.
like slid like for
It
a
flipped
while.
and then skidded and then jumped and then went over the barrier. So he's
Yeah.
100% dead. Yeah, and there's guys that have died on a track or went into coma right after from lesser accidents. So that tells you right now the cars are safer than ever. They
For
could be
real.
safer, but great race. I wanted to shout that out.
We were
And
really
then
doing workouts at your house last night at the party with your dumbbells.
we were getting it in, right? I forgot about. I woke up this morning. I'm like, why am I a little sore?
Am I
I
sore?
didn't work out. I'm over here. We were doing not only shoulder lifts but like
We were
chest
doing
pumps while
biceps,
being on like
triceps,
and being
back.
on that angle too, where it's
Yeah,
like you're
yeah, hitting
balancing
the
yourself
core.
while watching
Yeah, Vito was so
2009
impressed.
2000.
Vito was so impressed.
Yeah,
We watched a
we
little
were
bit of everything.
we
We
were
watched
watching
the
two NBA finals that happened like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, we
That
watched
was a
Derek
great
Jeter
time.
highlights. We
That
watched
was a great time.
We watched Bob Sanders highlights.
Oh yeah, we did watch Bob. Yeah, Trav got us to watch some
Trav,
Colts. All right, do your shoutouts, brother.
man, I already touched on it, but I'm just gonna do it again because it was a lot of love and like I just appreciate it so much because we don't really have like people at the house like that unless it's like family. And
Mm-hmm.
like normally when I do invite people, like they're not gonna like come over just because of the certain like restrictions that I lay out. Like, hey, like you're not gonna be able to do this. Like, and if you don't want to come, like I don't blame you. I'm just letting you know what to be prepared for. So
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that like Kiki came over, I love that. The fact that you and Bree came over, like I love that. Like it just shows like the respect that y'all have for me, and like I'm gonna reciprocate that like tenfold as much as
Mm-hmm.
possible. It was just my family being there. Like we had all age groups. We had a baby swimming in the pool, and then we got my
That was fun.
80-something-year-old, aunt watching the fights, and you were talking about her reactions that she was making, which was great.
Was that the lady with the all white hair?
The white hair, yeah, that's my dad's mom.
I was like creeping over to the left, and she was like this the whole time, like looking at it, like without any facial expression. It was funny as fuck.
Yeah, shout out my cousins that came. Shout out Pedro and Christian brought the picanha. I feel bad. Christian was cooking the whole night. He didn't get to eat till the main card started. But man, like that was a good time. Like it goes to show like what my parents bought a house for, what my dad worked so hard to like.
That's important.
Fix the pool, fix the house. Like
pool was great. I love the color. Yeah. I love the lighting. Yeah, the lights, I love how cleaned everything looked. It was really nice.
Yeah. So, that means a lot, and that's all I really got. I can't really think of anything much else. You guys are family, bro. Everyone that came through, even if I'm not there, don't matter, bro. Don't matter. Hit up Day Quads, hit up Fort David. Be like, hey, I'm sliding through, and you welcome at the crib, man. Like, it is what it is. Shout out the Dodge Charger I had for a rental car. I was whipping that bitch all weekend. Enterprise.
Did you get them unlimited miles?
Always. Yeah, I got an Enterprise. Right? I got an Enterprise Plus account, bro.
How many miles did you put on? I put on my Toyota Corolla like 2100. How much you put on?
2100. So from here to South Florida is like almost 500, and then back another 500, and I probably like 1500.
Yeah.
1600. Bro, I was busting missions.
It was probably 1200.
I was busting missions down there.
No, you were all over the map. You were in your car a lot this weekend.
Yeah, I was. All right. I was in Boca, went to Del Rey, went back to Boca, went to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, a couple times.
And then the next day I went to your house. Yep. I went to Coconut Creek, had coffee, went back to Boca.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Then went to your house, and then went to Lauderdale again to go back home, and then went to Deerfield to come back up here. I put some miles on that bitch.
Racking up the miles, baby.
Put some miles on that bitch, man.
All right, well, we're glad.
Be our boys. That's why we do it.
I appreciate the good vibes, and me and the people want to know. You don't got to answer this, but when are you moving back?
Oh shit! Hey, you did bring something up at my house.
I said a lot of things. I don't know.
I don't know if you recall or not.
Maybe.
But no. Say I could slide.
You can. We got a room. I always want to help out somebody in trying to find their own place, so you never know. And I know being at your, it would be uncomfortable for both sides, but if you needed it, always, bro. So never know.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Off the record, that's what we got to do. Last thing on my end, what to watch, Hustle, watch it on Netflix. Did you?
Fire. I seen it.
Great.
Good.
Fire. Great. Kept my attention the whole time.
I love Adam Sandler.
Acting a little awkward, from time to time, but Adam Sandler played a great role. I love that they had current NBA players. They had past NBA players. They really did. The one funny thing that I thought when it did the first, when I hit play, it was like a Happy Madison production, a Spring Hill production, It's like, how many people fucking produce this fucking movie? Like, it's all about clout, and it's all about putting their name on it, which was cool, but performer of the movie was Ant-Man.
Kermit. Yes.
Kermit. Bro, he performed for being a young dude, being confident. Obviously, he's got the reputation of putting out those little videos or vignettes of funny thing interview. Bro, he played a protagonist great. Very believable, very genuine. I hated him when the scenes were going on, but after the fact, it was dude, I love the fact that he made me hate him, because it was holy shit, he
did his job.
He did his job. That was great.
Did his job. Did his job.
Also, and then the last thing I have on what to watch, I watched it this morning. Literally woke up from a little hangover. Woke up at like 9. Wanted to sleep off my hangover. Wanted to post things about the
still
pod.
on your couch?
Nah, he left. He left. He left right after you did. I woke him up. I told him he could crash, but like he left right after we got his shit together. But whatever. I watched a movie on Amazon Prime, The House That Jack Built, serial killer movie. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Movie was put on before I was even awake. Watched it. I was like, "What is
Woke up
this?
and
This is
watched
amazing."
serial killer movie, bro.
Yeah, it was what I needed. It woke me up in many ways. Not sexually. That's weird.
You gotta watch out. My boy had serial killer movie for breakfast.
Yeah, I literally before I ate any food or drank any water, I watched women get murdered.
His teeth. He's like, "Fuck it, let's go. This is what we on."
Oh yeah, it was wild. But The House That Jack Built on what to watch for Elvis here. Definitely recommended. It's a little weird. It's a little drawn out sometimes, but it gets your attention in the first 20 minutes, that's for sure. And you'll keep watching. So, episode 30. What? How do you want to end this episode for the peoples?
Hey, episode 30, Steph Curry episode. I just appreciate everyone that has kept tabs on us, has listened, has interacted with us, has asked us what we plan on doing, what we want to do, reposting. Like that shit means a lot. Like it's 2 clicks, but like it still means a lot. And like we're doing this every week. Every week we're putting out content, and like Ray does it all.
Hey,
Ray does it all.
Nah, don't let them know that. Don't let them know that.
Yeah, Ray is God body on that IG, man. Like just watching him work is nuts. Like I get full chub from it.
Oh,
but
look. How about this? I'll be Jordan. You be Pippen. I'll accept that.
I'm cool. With
all right, cool. All right, bet.
I'm cool with that. So, hey, and just interact with us, man. Tell us what's up. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you want to hear. Like, bro, if you want to get on the fucking pod, come get on the fucking pod.
Yeah, let's do it.
Doesn't matter who you are.
You don't got to be on for a full episode. You could pop in for 10, 15 minutes, promote what you got to do on your Instagram. You could use us to promote, and we could cross-modulate.
Yeah. Oh, one last shout out. Shout out Bikini Block Cleanup. They got a bunch of stuff going on. Dropping the new collection. It's summertime. No one's wearing fucking sundresses.
I like that bandana collection.
You see
I like that bandana collection. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Hey, and look, I took a picture first, and it was without that one because she hadn't dropped it yet. Like she was gonna drop it later. So
you got that exclusive?
That's super exclusive, bro. She added it in. She's like, I think we got to take another one. What you think? I was like, hey, it's your post. Whatever you want to do. And she added it in there. I was like, oh, little leak. LA leakers. Enter the lab leak. Enter the lab exclusive.
First of all, her posts are all fire. All of her posts.
All of it. They got great content. They do great stuff.
I try to double tap and move on because if I don't, I'll be
cleanup. The cleanup is the best, bro. The cleanup is the best. Like, just taking time out of your day, going and clean up the beach.
Oh, the cleanup on. Oh, I thought you meant the cleanup on because of the beaches. Got you. Yes, I thought you meant
that cleanup. Nah, bro. Chill.
Okay. No,
and she put me on plums. She gave me a plum when I was at her house.
Ooh,
never ate a plum
good.
before.
Oh, there's 2 types of
fire, bro.
Is it the white inside plum or is it the red?
Bro,
there's 2 types. I think.
Listen to this.
I used to eat plums when I was younger.
She gave me a plum, right? And we're eating it, and then I look at mine. I look at hers. I got the red one. She's got the white one. I was like, wait, why is yours different than mine? She's like, it must be different plums. I was like, let me try. She's like, you want to try mine? I was like, yeah, let me get. So I guess the red one was a little bit more sweet, and the white one was like a little bit more tart. I was like, no trade backs. We're good.
Yeah, I know about plums because I think my neighbor back in the day had a plum tree, and we used to eat the plums.
They were
My mom used to buy plums from the supermarket, but we also used to eat plums off the tree too. So, yeah, plums are good. I haven't had a plum in years.
Not what I was expecting, but I liked it. I'm gonna buy some plums this week.
You're a plum guy.
And yeah.
Shout out. Shout out plums. So. Shout out pears.
Shout out to all the pear. Yeah.
Pears.
So.
All right, brother.
Get yourself some bikinis, man. It's fucking summer.
Yeah, it's summertime.
Wear some sundresses.
It's summer everywhere.
Back. Y'all wearing these bodysuits now.
Oh yeah, sundresses too.
Y'all wearing bodysuits now. Give me the sundresses. I need the sundresses. Big sundress guy. Big sundress guy.
Big time. All right, well, episode 30. Enter the lab.
Brought to you by none other. Unofficially, officially. BR boys. You already know. Like, they're in Tootsie's. It's right there. They're in New York. We did this last time. I'm not doing it again. Caviar, water.
All that good stuff. We'll probably do. We probably should get a the other owner on the podcast soon.
Yeah, it's been 24
Let's try to book
episodes.
him. Let's try to book him in the 30s.
That was episode 6.
Yeah, it might have been something like that.
It was. I got that fire memory.
Enter the lab. Yes, sir. Enter the lab, exit the lab. Episode 30. Elvis Escobar, Fort Salma. Peace.